bring the energy this time. We got to bring the energy. All right. Have we started? All right. Hey, it's been a minute. But this is Vegas coming at you. My neck's finally feeling better. And I've been hired to give the house around some content since they can't get their cards in order and they can't seem to upload enough. So I was hired, Vegas hired to start his own podcast on here called Vegas went to Houston and talking about animals. So that's what we're going to do. Bow our heads and pray. Dear Lord, we got a good show lined up for you tonight. And we just want to say thank you for all the blessings you've given us and all the animals that you've put on this earth for us to look at and kill from time to time. And Lord, today we're going to look at your animals and we're going to see which ones that you really knocked it out of the park with, and thank you for that. And we're going to look at the ones that you kind of made a mistake with. That's okay, because all things are made through the eyes of Christ. So, amen. Let's go ahead. We got a good show planned for you. Right, we're gonna look at 100 of the best animals, and we're gonna talk about them and do a tier list of them. So let's go ahead and do that. If you could get to my tier list, Steve, that would be great. Thank you, Steve. So let's move right on ahead here. Let's see. First, okay. So we got 100 animals, and we got tier God list, and that means God knocked it out of the park. We're gonna write God knocked it out of park on that one. S plus. Now I'm not sure what exactly S plus means, but I'm guessing it means good and them some, and then nope, and then some. Yeah. And then this one we're gonna say, oh yeah. All right, now A tier, I mean, now we know what A means. I mean, that's just great. That's just a grade, you know. A, B, C, D, I remember that through school. So I don't know if we need to change those. That's all right with me. So I think we're going to leave it at that. Now let's get it started. And now we start with the koala. Now the thing is, for me, koalas sleep a lot. They spend most of their life sleeping. That's a lazy bear. That's a lazy animal. Walking around, don't clean after itself, just eating sticks and laying in a tree. And God forbid you try to touch it. I know I tried to touch a koala one time and it did not end well for me. So we're gonna go ahead and put koala in the C tier. Why don't you wake up, koala? Smell the roses. Next, we have this ugly ass fish. Now, I'm not sure what the name of this fish is, but I know one time I had a lungfish named Lucifer. And this thing kind of reminds me of my pet lungfish that I did love dearly, that my dad had threw in a creek because he didn't like how it smelled. So I'm going to put him in oh yeah, because he reminds me of Lucifer, and I love that damn lungfish. Oh, okay. Now we got a good one coming up. This is octopi, if you got a bunch of them. Now, people like to eat these alive on YouTube, and I don't like that very much. I think that's a little messed up in the head, if you ask me. Octopi have feelings. And if you ever see them getting eaten alive and such, you see them trying to crawl out of the mouths. And people still making money off of this. So you know what? Octopi, I'm gonna say, but you know what? They're a little scary sometimes. So we're gonna say, oh yeah. We're gonna put that up there with the oh yeah. Now this is some type of crazy whale. This is a crazy whale. And I don't like, I mean, I like whales, but this one got too many spots. So we're gonna put that in B. I don't like that. Now look at this. Panda bear. Now the panda bear, it's doing so much for our culture. It's white and black. It eats it's vegetarian and sometimes not. It sees no lines, it sees no teams. It just is it. Panda bear is it. Is it. God, you knocked it out of the park on this one. Thank you, God, for panda bears. You really did it. Gorillas. Gorillas fucking crazy. Can't trust a gorilla. They got the ego, the size of a gorilla. And they need some therapy. So I don't know about that, but you know what? Gorillas like Robin Williams. And anyone who's a fan of Robin Williams is a fan of mine. Good and then some. Good job, gorilla. I love, my favorite movie is Man of the Year. A cow. Now, one time I dated a girl who looked just like a cow, but not in the way you're thinking, because she won't fat. But she had the eyes that kind of just wandered around and looked at the ground, and you would look at her and you just knew nothing was going on in that head. Cows are all right. We're gonna put them in the A tier. I gotta do 100 of these. Penguins. I used to like penguins. Morgan Freeman, North Pole. But then I saw a little thing called the inside of a penguin's mouth. D tier. Penguins can go to hell. In fact, we're gonna say, I forgot to say this. God's mistake. Now, we ain't going to judge God for making such a mistake, but we're going to call it when we see it. And we're calling it right now. Penguins, that was a mistake from God. Snakes? I don't know. I mean, well, here's the thing. So you might be saying snakes, Vegas, are they not what was the downfall of humanity? And I would say, whoa, whoa, whoa. Were they not also the start of our spiritual journey as a whole species? Would humans have gone on such a spiritual ride? Would have had such an intense roller coaster if not for the serpent? God, you knocked it out of the park with that one. Fuck a grasshopper, all right? These things are gross and they nasty, and when you grab them, they throw up on you, and they grab their puke and they put it on your body. They can go fuck themselves. God, you made a horrible mistake with the grasshopper. That's a fact. Scorpion. Scorpions are all right. They're pretty cool. You know what I like about a scorpion? I like their defense tactic. They say a good offense is a great defense, because when you touch one, they go and they get in attack mode and they say, "You touch me, motherfucker, I'm going to rip you open. I'm going to sting you like a I'm going to sting you like a big old bee." like a big old bee. Can I make myself bigger? Oh, shoot. Squid. Okay. You ever seen that video, that mega squid attacking things and grabbing people and trying to rip them apart? See. But you ever seen that girl on YouTube trying to eat squids alive and they're all sad? B. Leopard. Wait. Yeah. Is that cheetah or leopard? That's a leopard. Is that a cheetah or a leopard? Its head's too big to be a cheetah, right? Oh shit. Oh, that's a damn. Yeah, that ain't no cheetah. I knew it. That's a leopard. B. Alligator. You know what? I used to have a pet alligator named Polly. I slept with her. I slept with her every night. I also know somebody who has a bunch of alligator stuffed animals. And we're going to say, God, you knocked it out of the park. Good job with the alligator. They invented a wrestling move called the gator roll. You ever grab somebody? And if we're still using wrestling tactics from an animal from a million years ago, I'm not sure that's a country accent. Donkey. Now, donkeys I usually love a good donkey, but this one right here looking at me like a big dumbass. See. Stingray. Stingray killed the most important man that's ever walked the face of this earth. God's mistake. You made a mistake, God, with the stingray. Bat. Now, word has it that bat is the reason for a lot of terrible things that happened this decade. But you know what? A bat made me not have to take public speaking in person and read everything off a teleprompter and get away with it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Bald eagle, America. The sign of freedom. Unless you were born the wrong color, gender, race, wrong decade. But it's got a pretty cool beak, eh? Now, I don't know if this is supposed to be just spiders in general, because that ain't no tarantula. I don't know what the hell that one is, but I don't like, I love tarantulas, but this spider ain't no tarantula. Looking kind of spooky. See. Crab, the sea spider. God's mistake. Gross. There ain't no tarantula crab. Giraffe. Now giraffes ain't make no sense. Why is a giraffe doing anything? Why is it born like that? You think that makes sense? What's it got to do that for? Because it needs to look at all the what's coming at me. What am I gonna do when it gets at me? How do they even survive? What do they do? How do they sleep? How does a giraffe sleep? B. Kangaroo. Kangaroo is about the scariest damn animal on the planet. You ever seen them try to fight people? You ever seen a kangaroo steal a baby? God's mistake. Hyena. Now, if you ain't aware of a hyena, imagine a dog, but ramp up the badassery by 1 million. God, you knocked it out of the park. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. A rooster. I don't even think I need to say anything about this except get the fuck out of my face. A lemur. You know what? Lemur's got some crazy eyes, and I'm not a big fan of it, but I do like Madagascar. B. Moose. Moose is a crazy. I've always wanted to see one in person, but never got the chance. A. Moth. Moth is fucking gross. C. How many more? Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna speed run through some of these. Like a flamingo? Why do we gotta speed? Why do we gotta talk about anything about flamingo? We're going back to sea and we bring a moth back into God's mistake. Zebra? Good and then some. That's like, you think horses are crazy? Check this one out. Now we are all okay. Well, let's take a moment to talk about this. Bees might be the greatest damn animal on the planet. God, you knocked it out of the park. You did pretty good, I gotta admit. Vultures? Vultures are pretty damn cool. We're gonna say, oh yeah, to a vulture. Squirrels? They aight. Baboons? See. They can be mean sometimes, probably all the time. Killer whales are cool as shit. Good and then some. I love a killer whale. I love a killer whale, and I want to see SeaWorld burn to the ground. You hear me, SeaWorld? Talk about God's mistake. SeaWorld is God's ultimate mistake. Anyone who's responsible for that should be taken out back and smacked against a wall. What the fuck is this thing? Seahorse. This thing can fuck itself until it's pregnant. Oh yeah. Goats. I know somebody who can do a great goat impression. Oh yeah. Camel. Camel. Camel is one of the only animals that when it comes down to it really has to put the team on his back. B. Snail. Oh shit. Snail. One time I accidentally put salt on a slug and I felt guilty about it ever since. Oh yeah. Beaver. Beavers are pretty cool. B. Pig. Now, pig got a good emotions. It feels a lot of things, but it also eats its own babies, I'm pretty sure, from time to time. I could be wrong about that. So for that sake, I'm going to do. Actually, one time I had a pet mini pig named Floyd, and he was annoying as shit. B. Rabbits. One time I saw somebody shoot a rabbit and it did a backflip, and that was pretty cool. A. Oh shit, crows? Hold on a second. God knocked it out of the park with some crows. You wouldn't have Edgar Allan Poe. You wouldn't have birds talking on telephone poles. And you wouldn't have one of the smartest damn creatures on the planet. Quick drink break. Oh, fuck. Dolphins. Dolphins are the number one most rapinest animal on the world to humans. Oh, yeah. We're gonna have to bring. Let's bring me to right here. Nope. Right there. Okay. What is this? A platypus. C. Sloths. Sloths are some lazy motherfuckers. But you know what? They can hardly move. It's not really up to them. They have all the cards stacked against them. A. They still give it the best. Porcupines. Or was that a hedgehog? Oh, yeah. Is that a hawk? Good and then some. One time I had a pet hawk. Oh, man. What was his name? I can't remember that hawk. Sonny. His name was Sonny. Sonny was a cool hawk. One time he let me pet his head. Frogs. Not quite as cool as a toad, but they all right. Oh, yeah. What is this, a rat? Sometimes rats are all right, but then sometimes they eat their own babies. B. Why is my accent turning from country? Why is it switching back and forth from a black man to country? Kind of a little bit of both. Maybe Vegas needs to go on ancestry.com. Komodo dragon. Now we know where this got to go. God, you knocked it out of the park on this one, boy. I didn't even know you had a license to make something that cool. And then we go back to another one because elephants, God, you knocked it out of the park again with that one. And anyone who saws the tusk off of an elephant should be taken out back, put in a sack, and then spun around over and over and over until they vomit until they're dead. Bears. Brown bear, possibly grizzly. Pretty cool. We're going to say good and then some. What the hell is this? A. I think it's an anteater. Seagull. That's God's mistake. What are we doing with that? Here's the cheetah. Cheetah is the fastest land animal. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Look at this son of a bitch. I don't like how he's looking at me. He's staring at me right in my face. C. Hippo. You ever seen them eat watermelons? Oh, yeah. Ants. Now, I'm conflicted about some ants. Because I got some fire ants in my shoes today. And they were biting the hell out of me. But they can also pick up a lot of weight. They swole bodies. C. Iguana? I know what you're thinking. I love lizards. But iguana must be the most annoying damn animal on the planet. C. Chimpanzee. Now I've heard that they like to grab people they don't like and rip their dicks off. I respect that. B. Toad. Now we know where this gotta go. God, you knocked it out of the park with this one. Toads are the best damn animal on the planet. You ever seen a toad sitting around? You ever seen two toads fuck? I have. I've seen dozens of toads fuck. They latch onto that toad and you can't rip them off for nothing. They stuck on one another. It's the wildest damn thing I've ever seen. Cockroaches, God's mistake. I killed one last night in my sink. It's the nastiest ass thing I've ever seen. Lions, they say they're the king of the jungle, but that's me. B. Is that a llama or an alpaca? I believe that's an alpaca. Now I'm going to say C. Wolf, man's best friend, untamed. But you know what? One bit my cousin on his ass. B. Duck. God's mistake. You ever seen a duck? You just want to pick it up and kick it 40 yards across the lake. That's me every time I go to a pond. Every time you see a duck, you want to punt his ass across the street. Raccoon. Now we know where a raccoon's got to go. God, you knocked it out of the park. Now, raccoon once jumped on my head and attacked me, and then my daddy shot a penicillin up my ass. Not any typical penicillin, but penicillin made for cattle that he bought at Tractor Supply. The raccoon's name was Chester, but even still, raccoons are so cool that I gotta give them credit. One time when I was a little kid, I shook a raccoon, and I felt bad about it ever since. That raccoon didn't deserve that. I was just too young and didn't know any better. Monarch butterfly. Now, everybody thinks these things are really pretty because of their wings, but have you ever seen one up close? They're scary as hell. God's mistake. Ladybugs. One time, I was in a church, and ladybugs were everywhere. There was about 5,000 of them, and everyone said, these aren't ladybugs, these are Japanese fuck beetles. And I said, what the hell? See. Mealworms. I feed these to my gecko. His name's Bobby. I caught him on a log right next to a Fazoli's. B. What the hell is this? C. Owl. Now I know what you're thinking. Owls are pretty cool, but Vegas knows what owls look like without fur. Not fur, feathers. Check this out. Now you look at this shit. What you think about that? Because that's the owl you love so much. You can't hide your mistakes with feathers, God. God's mistake. Jellyfish. Jellyfish was like God got real drunk and just fucking made something without even thinking about it. It's like his unfinished project. A. Skunk. Skunks are fucking cool. They got a crazy defense mechanism. They're like a cute ass stink bug. And for that, I say they good and then some. Flies. What's the point of flies? Every time I pick up trash on the street, there's always a fly that follows me. And for that, I'm going to say C. Otter. Now, otter is my mom's favorite animal. And for that, I'm going to say, oh yeah. This is probably one of the coolest monkey out of all the monkeys. A. Lambs. I love lambs. I've never eaten a lamb and I never plan on it. Oh yeah. Pigeon. God's mistake. Actually, there's a scene in John Wick Chapter 2 with a bunch of pigeons. C. Black Panther. I ain't talking about Kamaru Usman. I'm talking about the real McCoy. Black Panthers are fucking tight. Good and then some. Look at this fucking thing. God's mistake. Now, I know what you're saying. You've seen a domesticated dog, a tamed man's best friend, and you think the joke might be, hey, Evan, who the hell is Evan? Is that my name on this Zoom call? What the hell is going on here? Steve, we're going to have to change that. I can't have that. I don't know if this is his old laptop or what. Anyway. God, you knocked that out of the park with a dog. We might have genetically modified wild dogs and wolves. But God, you really knocked it out of the park on that. Peacock. Peacock got the ego of a gorilla. C. Look at this fucking thing. B. The Black Stallion. You ever seen that movie? That's my favorite movie. Vegas's favorite movie is The Black Stallion. B. Rhino. Rhino about the coolest damn thing. I don't even know how that thing's real. It looks like a piece of rubber with a horn on it. It's good and then some. Seals. Seals are pretty cool, but seals can be really deadly and vicious and mean to other animals. But then you know what? Polar bears can do the same thing to them. B. Clownfish. C. Tiger. Tigers are pretty cool, but not as cool as a lion. C. Sharks. Sharks can be mean and vicious, but they never stop swimming. They got the cardio of a lifetime, and that's just facts. A. In fact, for the cardio alone, oh yeah. Look at this fucking thing. B. Praying mantises are crazy. They eat the heads off of their loved ones, and they'll bite the hell out of you if you grab it. God's mistake. Parrots. I hate birds, but parrots are pretty fucking cool. Especially this one. A. Look at this ostrich. C. House cat. Now, I've known a lot of house cats that have some ass. Like this one cat, Oscar, who kept shitting everywhere and knocking over the fine china. But then there's other cool cats, like this other cat named Bandy. Bandy didn't even have a tail. She just had a nub. And my dad used to lock her in a closet. But she was really cool. Oh, yeah. Foxes. Foxes is like a dog and a cat mixed together, but it makes a really cool noise. Like, for that, we're going to say, God, you knocked it out of the park with the fox. Let's take a look at our tier list here. Okay, well, we got to scroll for it. Well, you getting the gist. Look at this. I feel like we got this figured out. All we need to know is God knocked it out of the park with a panda bear, a snake, an alligator, a hyena, bee, crow, Komodo dragon, elephant, toad, raccoon, dog, and fox. And God made a mistake. These are God's mistakes. The penguin, the cockroach, the grasshopper, the stingray, the crab, the kangaroo, the rooster, the moth, the seagull, the duck, the monarch butterfly, the owl, the fucking pelican, and the praying mantis. Everything else is all right. Let's download that so we can remember it. All right. And that concludes Vegas's tier list of animals. Now, there can only be one truth in the eyes of Vegas and in the eyes of God. And we figured it out here tonight. So thank you, and thank you, Steve. And House of Rouse, get your act together. Because I can't be sitting here what am I going to do? Am I going to do another tier list of animals? Crazy.